will make another point too. The study I'm thinking of, they had people do low FODMAP group, and then a prebiotic group separate. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if they had a prebiotic in the low FODMAP arm. That's what's confusing me. But the one that I remember, it was very interesting how the low FODMAP did reduce symptoms. So they did find, okay, if you do low FODMAP, it's going to reduce your symptoms. Mm-hmm. But then right after that low FODMAP group started eating FODMAPs again, their symptoms came back almost immediately because they were following people after the study. But the prebiotic group had maintained symptom reduction. So they stopped the prebiotic that they did, and they still had lower symptoms. Huh. And there was an opposing effect on the microbiomes. Like, obviously, if you're taking a prebiotic, you have bifido increasing. Yeah. And then again, in the low FODMAP group, you have bifido decreasing. Mm-hmm. But it's so interesting to me that there wasn't it's so clear in the study that there wasn't a sustained benefit of doing low FODMAP, but there was more of a sustained benefit of doing a prebiotic.
It makes sense to me. It's not about obliterating and starving stuff.
Right.
The microbes are smarter than us.
Right.
They will find food. They will find a way to survive. That's what they're built for. But if we can just try to push and pull on the ecosystem enough that we rebalance it, then that's where the real change comes. Right. And that hopefully your body has the enzymes and the machinery to keep those changes in place after you remove the stimuli.
Right.
Yeah, it's complicated. That should be the name of our whole podcast. IBS : it's complicated. That should just be the new name.
I think that thinking that we can outsmart the complexity of what's going on in the gut is just not a good... There has to be, at some point, and I think preferably from the get-go, but most of the time we have to coach people into thinking this way, or seeing it this way, I should say, that you have to foster the microbiome and nurture it. And I think there's not necessarily a very nurturing attitude most of the time in the SIBO space. Not typically. Yeah. When you think that you can just target that one bug and there's no collateral damage from anything that you're doing, step back and maybe think a little bit about nurturing, how you could nurture and foster if you've been down that road, and it usually isn't helpful long term.